Welcome everyone. I'm excited to kick off our journey into the fascinating history of ancient civilizations. Today, we're exploring the great empire of Mesopotamia. On this first slide, you'll see the focus is on Assyria. Over the next few minutes, we'll uncover the stories, achievements, and significance of this incredible empire. So, let's dive in and discover what made Mesopotamia a cradle of civilization. Grew into a world-dominating empire. This phrase really highlights how this civilization expanded beyond its origins to become a major power. It's fascinating to see how their influence spread across vast regions, shaping history as we know it. Located in northern Mesopotamia, their geographic position was key. This area provided the resources and strategic advantage needed for growth. Now, when we talk about the rise of a great kingdom, we're referring to how they established authority, developed complex societies, and created a lasting legacy. This was a pivotal moment in history, marking the beginning of a powerful empire that would leave a profound impact. Connecting all these points, we see how geography, ambition, and innovation fueled their rise to prominence, fitting perfectly into our overall understanding of ancient civilizations' development. Let's take a closer look at how these warriors maintained control. They ruled through power and intimidation, which was a common strategy to keep their subjects in line and ensure obedience. This approach created a sense of fear that reinforced their authority. Now, despite this heavy-handed method, they also prepared their troops for conquest. These soldiers were tough and fearless, ready to face any challenge that came their way. Their courage and readiness played a crucial role in expanding their territory and influence. When we talk about fearless warriors, we're highlighting how essential bravery was to their success. It wasn't just about strength, but also about the mindset. They believed in their cause and were willing to risk everything. Connecting this to the overall theme, these strategies of rule and warfare helped them build powerful empires, driven by both fear and formidable military strength. Let's talk about the maximum extent of the empire under Ashurbanipal II and Shalmaneser III. These two rulers were instrumental in expanding their territories to the furthest reaches of their power. Ashurbanipal II, known for his military campaigns, pushed the borders further than before, solidifying the empire's dominance. Similarly, Shalmaneser III also played a crucial role by leading successful campaigns that extended the empire's influence. This period of expansion is really significant because it shows how these rulers worked to increase their authority and control over a vast region. It highlights a key theme in the overall presentation: the way leadership and military strength contributed to the growth of their empire. Their combined efforts resulted in a period of impressive territorial reach that defined their reigns. Let's talk about the concept of the King of the Universe. This title was often used to emphasize the divine authority of rulers, portraying them as the ultimate sovereigns not just on Earth, but in the universe itself. It reflects the idea that their rule was seen as sacred and backed by divine power. Next, we see that these kings were believed to be chosen on Earth by the gods. This concept is crucial because it establishes that their authority wasn't just political or military, it was divine. The gods, in this context, literally selected the ruler, giving their reign a divine legitimacy that was unquestionable. Moving on, the idea of divine kingship ties everything together. It's the belief that kings are divine or semi-divine beings, holding a special connection to the gods. This connection justified their absolute authority and made their rule sacred, not just a matter of human power, but of divine right. All of these points, being called the King of the Universe, chosen by the gods, and embodying divine kingship, highlight how ancient rulers used divine legitimacy to reinforce their authority. It's a theme that runs through many civilizations and helps us understand how leadership was perceived as sacred and ordained by higher powers, shaping the entire structure of their societies. Let's take a closer look at how kings showcased their wealth and influence during this time. One of the most striking ways they did this was through their magnificent palaces, which were often adorned with intricate painted reliefs. These artworks not only demonstrated artistic skill, but also served to emphasize the power and grandeur of the ruler. Moving beyond the palaces, we also see the development of splendid cities. These cities were centers of culture, economy, and political power, reflecting the sophistication and organizational skills of the civilization. Together, these elements, palaces and cities, highlight how rulers used architecture and urban planning to project authority and prestige. This theme of displaying wealth and influence is central to understanding the social and political landscape of the period. Now, let's look at how they established their own kingdom after facing some pretty tough challenges from the Babylonians and the Hittites. Despite these hurdles, they managed to survive and even thrive. The next key point is about overcoming rivals. This was a crucial step in their journey toward independence. Around 2000 BC, they gained independence from powerful neighbors in Sumer and Akkad. This was a significant achievement because these regions were very influential, and breaking free from their control marked an important turning point. So, the overall path to independence involved overcoming external threats and asserting their own authority. It's a great example of resilience and strategic strength in early civilization history. This story really ties into the broader theme of how societies grow stronger by overcoming adversity and establishing their own identity. Masters of siegecraft and organization. This means that the armies of Mesopotamia were highly skilled in both building and using siege equipment, which was essential for conquering fortified cities. Their ability to organize these complex operations was a major advantage in warfare. Equipped with chariots, archers, and lancers, these armies had a diverse and formidable set of weapons. Chariots provided speed and mobility on the battlefield, while archers could attack from a distance, and lancers were effective in close combat. This combination made their forces versatile and deadly. Mesopotamia's biggest standing army was a reflection of their military organization and the importance they placed on warfare. Having a large, ready army allowed them to defend their land, expand their territory, and project power across the region. Overall, their army strength was a key factor in shaping the history of Mesopotamia and its enduring influence. Under Sargon II, we see a strategic move to divide the empire into 70 provinces. This was all about making governance more efficient and manageable across such a vast territory. By breaking it down into smaller regions, the king could oversee and control his empire more effectively. Moving on to the imperial administration, it was centralized under the king, who held all the power. This wasn't a shared system. Power was passed directly from father to son, ensuring stability and continuity in leadership. This setup reflects an absolute rule, where the king had total authority, and there was little room for opposition or shared power. It's a classic example of a traditional monarchy, where the ruler's authority is rooted in tradition and divine right. Throughout this, what's important to remember is how these elements, division into provinces, centralized authority, and traditional monarchy, all work together to maintain the strength and stability of the empire under Sargon's rule, fitting into the larger theme of organized and authoritative governance. Let's explore the incredible wealth of ancient Mesopotamian knowledge. This civilization left behind around 30,000 fire-hardened clay tablets that have been remarkably preserved over thousands of years. These tablets contain a treasure trove of information, from literature and scientific observations to legal codes and administrative records. The library was founded by King Ashurbanipal, who recognized the importance of collecting and safeguarding knowledge. This collection is often referred to as the Great Library of Mesopotamia, and it played a crucial role in preserving the intellectual achievements of the ancient world. Understanding this helps us see how early societies valued learning and record-keeping, laying the foundation for future civilizations. When we look at their architecture, one of the first things that stands out is the quality of their sculptures. These are not just decorative, they reflect a high level of craftsmanship and artistry. Moving on to their contributions to medicine, it's clear they made significant advancements that influenced not only their society, but also others. Their literary achievements are renowned, showcasing a rich cultural heritage that has endured through the ages. Cultural experts have pointed out that their architecture is equally impressive, with distinctive features like flat roofs and mud brick constructions, which were well suited to their environment. Think of the grand palaces. These structures often had flat roofs and were built with durable materials, demonstrating both their technical skill and their social importance. Finally, we see that their master builders played a crucial role in shaping this impressive landscape. Their expertise in culture and architecture is evident in every corner, and these innovations helped define their civilization's identity. Overall, the combination of these elements, sculpture, medicine, literature, and architecture, really highlights the advanced and sophisticated nature of their culture. Their impact continues to shape the history and culture of the Middle East today. This reminds us that the influence of these communities isn't just part of the past, it's very much alive and ongoing. When we talk about their enduring influence, we see how their unique cultural and linguistic identity has contributed to the richness of the region. They are a distinct people, with a deep heritage that's been passed down through generations. This unique identity, shaped by their history and traditions, helps us understand the lasting legacy they leave behind. It's a legacy that continues to influence the social fabric, cultural practices, and even modern developments in the Middle East. So, in the bigger picture, their story is a vital part of the region's ongoing history and cultural evolution.